Welcome to Sliver and Bite TV. In the effort to lose weight, I've been trying extremely hard to find foods that I can bring to you that are healthy and that you can actually join along with me in losing weight. And one of the single most universal ingredients in so much cooking and that are so healthy are eggs. Now, I don't blame you for going, but eggs are so boring. It is so true. However, follow along and learn how to make a frittata from scratch, and it is so tasty. The secret is putting it into the fridge and eating it cold for the next few days, because all of the ingredients and the spices and the garlic and the onion just permeate through the actual egg and actually give it such a great taste. And it'll keep you full for hours. Let's get cooking. First, we are going to sweat down the mushrooms. This is important because we are going to add some ghee and some olive oil. The mushrooms will then soak up that along with the pepper. Now, you might be wondering why I'm only starting the sweet potato now. I have no idea. You'll want to do this ahead of time. Dice it up and put it into the oven at 200 degrees Celsius for approximately 20 minutes with some olive oil, and halfway through tossing it just to make sure you don't have any burnt bits. Now we are slicing the silver beet into thin ribbons and placing to the side, ready to saute. Silver beet is such a great ingredient. It is so low in calories. 100 grams is equal to 20 calories and is jam-packed full of energy, iron, vitamin C. And another opportunity to flavour your quiche. What you can do is saute this alongside your garlic and onion. I am now cutting the spinach into ribbons and placing that with the silver beet, because what we will do is put half a cup of water in a fry pan and sweat this down also. It is important to sweat down your greens, especially the silver beet and spinach, because it will reduce the oxalate, which bind to minerals like calcium, magnesium and iron, and we want to make sure that we are absorbing those valuable minerals into our body. Some more very important herbs and spices. I've just chopped up 2 chilies, pulling the leaves off of a few parsley stalks, along with dill. Not only is it a personal preference, but it is healthier and more beneficial to use fresh herbs. When using dried herbs, you lose a lot of the water-soluble vitamins, such as vitamin C and B, not to mention the vibrancy. Just finishing up the last of the dill, and then using a sharp knife to completely mince this, because we want to have this reach end to end in our baking dish. You will notice that I have crumbled up some feta ready to layer into the baking dish. You will also notice that I have the 2 chilies that I'm mixing up with the parsley and the dill. Chili boosts metabolism, activates and converts good fats, suppresses appetite and increases fullness, and also contributes to improving insulin control. That is now going into the bowl where you will crack your eggs. If you are not a confident egg cracker, you can definitely crack the eggs in a separate bowl and then add them one by one. Just depends on your confidence. And you certainly do not want to bite into some eggshell. I am using approximately 17 eggs for this recipe. This is going into a 33 by 25 centimetre baking dish. You do want to make sure that you have enough clearance by at least 3 centimetres, roughly an inch. Otherwise, the frittata may spill over because it does expand when you're cooking it. I'm now whisking the egg and the parsley, dill and chili. You will want to whisk this until all of the ingredients are combined. Fluffing it up too much will cause the frittata to deflate when you take it out of the oven. So I suggest whisking it for no more than 2 minutes. Just removing the paper towel from underneath the sweat down spinach and silver beet. I've just cooked off my shallots and my garlic, and I'm mixing that through the silver beet, ready to layer into the baking dish. I have had the sweet potato out of the oven for approximately 15 minutes now, just making sure it's easy to tip into the baking dish, which I am bringing over now, and we can start layering our ingredients. In with 3/4 or a half of your sweet potato, then approximately half of your crumbled feta. You want to make sure you have it evenly distributed. In with the ribbons of silver beet, spinach, garlic and shallots. It's okay that they're in long ribbons. It will reduce the amount of movement when it is cooking, and also you'll be cutting this up anyway. Putting in a healthy dose of the mushrooms. And then gently ladling in the egg mixture. You'll want to do this gently so that you don't move your ingredients. And you will fill it so that you have covered all of the ingredients you have in your baking dish so far. Now that you have a barrier with the egg and your first lot of ingredients, you can now distribute the rest evenly across the top. And at this stage, you can make a judgment call as to whether or not you have too much of one in particular or a lot of the ingredients, and you think you may overfill your baking dish. Because what you can do is make some mini muffins with the remainder of your ingredients. And if you need to crack a few more eggs, so be it. Prior to this, you should have preheated your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, 340 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you have finished putting all the ingredients on, carefully ladling on the rest of your egg mixture. And with the back of your spatula, pushing down any parts of the ingredients that are sticking up over the egg line, because we don't want them to burn. And then using a clean dishcloth to clean around the edges, and that is into the oven for approximately 40 minutes or until the center of the frittata reaches 60 degrees Celsius or 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Once you have reached the correct temperature, leave it out on the bench for at least half an hour to 40 minutes to cool, as it will be extremely hot. And you will want to ensure it is fully cooled before wrapping it and putting it into the refrigerator, ready to enjoy for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or snacks. Don't forget to head to sliverandbite.com.au to look at the full recipe, including ingredients and method. See you soon.